welcome back. Another day on the range. We're going to do a lot of shooting today. Some we're going to videotape. The rest I'm going to be scoring myself. I have found an excellent app, and it's a free app for my Apple iPad. And I'll tell you, I love this thing. It's, I'm pretty sure it's, similar to all the other apps that are out there. But what I like about this app is it allows me to not just put a score down, but to mark the location of every arrow on the target. And what that does for me is it lets me know how I'm shooting, where my shots are going, and where I need to improve. So I'll be doing a standard 60 arrow shot 20 set. These will be scored as if the center circle was a 10. Normally for traditional longbow, the center is a 6, but I can translate that from the 10 circle to a 6 circle anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. It's spring, finally. The snow is leaving. It's about 3 degrees today, a little overcast, but no wind. This is what I would call a perfect day for shooting. Summertime, sometimes it gets too hot. You got to come early in the morning, otherwise you're sweating out there. Wintertime, obviously, there have been days where either I couldn't go out at all, it was just too cold or blowing or whatever. But even on the days that I did go out, sometimes I could only get in, maybe a dozen or 2 dozen arrows before things would start to freeze up. So this is perfect. Even the ground is perfect right now. The frost hasn't come out of the ground, so I'm not wading through 6 inches of mud, waiting for it to dry up. So today, I've been watching a lot of videos, and again, I'm going to have to write down the list of all the archers whose channels I subscribe to. And hopefully, some of you will return the favor and like and subscribe to this channel. I doubt very much that the majority of you are going to glean anything of use from our talks, but it's kind of nice to know that other people are out there watching, and maybe some of the ones, like I said, that are newbies to archery might pick up a little bit. Now, back to the videos. I see a lot of instructional videos, which is fantastic. And I also see some instructional videos where the archers will say, if you do this, this will improve your shot. And I don't like to do that. I've always gone with the thought process of do what works for you. When I was a police officer, I did a lot of weapons training, especially in forensics, firearms reconstruction, firearms, hell, I've fired just about every firearm that there is as far as small arms are concerned. And you always, you learn the rudimentaries, but after a while you tend to settle into what works for you as far as getting a good shot off. And hunters, they obviously have a different thought process and shot cycle, because one, if they're not in a tree stand or behind a blind, they're stalking through the bush. Some of their shots, they've got to crouch down low, sit. That's why a lot of these, I like watching these 3D archery programs, the YouTube videos, at when they go on the ranges, and even like some of the gatherings and rendezvous, where each station they have you doing something different, maybe like sitting on a log or standing on a log or crouching down, having to shoot underneath an overhanging branch or a fallen tree where they've tucked the 3D target in, because it really does force you to adjust your style of shooting for that particular shot. Now, having said that, I don't hunt, so you won't find me up in a tree stand or behind a blind or creeping stealthily through the bush, because let's face it, I'm old, somewhat fat. I wear a size 13 triple wide boot, so I'm pretty much stomping through the bush. And all the critters pretty much hear me coming from miles off, which is fine by me. But on the target range, I always fall back on what works for me. Now, I watch the instructional videos carefully, and I'll re-watch them over and over again for small details that I can incorporate into my shot cycle, bow tuning, arrow tuning, anything that I think that might help me. If it doesn't help me, I discard it and I look for the next. And that's why, I love watching these videos. I'll watch them over and over again. So it's always going to be what works for me. So when we go out on the range and I'm videotaping, I'm just going to give some of the examples that I've seen, and why it didn't work for me, and some of the things that I've seen that did work for me. So, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back and look at those videos again and write down the channel and who the archer is, and I'll put a link in the video, and hopefully you guys will check them out as well. So, that's what we're doing today. We're inside the chalet. It's actually cooler in here than it is outside. So we know things have turned around. And we're just going to have fun today. Well, I have fun every day, but this is more just for me. Okay. If you like, hit the like button and please subscribe. It'd be nice to get my viewership up from what it is. And we'll see you out on the range.